In the DUP, we know that our fundamental role is to strengthen the Union and to advance Northern Ireland's place within it. That means that our key immediate tasks are, of course, the restoration of a working Assembly and a sustainable executive, leaving the European Union with a fair deal, and maximising the benefits brought through our influence at Westminster. And a party with a vision must both deliver on the immediate and important, but however, we must not overlook the long term and the strategic. And today is about the long term for Northern Ireland and for Unionism. In less than 2 years, on the 3rd of May 2021, Northern Ireland will be 100 years old. And this will be a day and indeed a year when we can celebrate. And for all our trials and tribulations over those years, we have endured and we have succeeded. Our supposed failed entity should not have lasted a decade, let alone a century, yet it has, and I am confident that it will continue to strengthen and be successful into the new century. At every milestone of life, you celebrate, you reflect, and then you ask what's next. And what is next for Northern Ireland? What is next for our United Kingdom? What is next for Unionism? These and other questions are what we are asking ourselves today, and as we examine and consider those questions, we will find opportunity, we will find challenges, and the need to face up to choices. And I think that is something that we will probably discuss a lot today. So today is just the beginning of discussing, shaping and growing what I have termed next generation unionism. The challenges unionism faces evolve and will be different in the decades to come than they were in 1921 or indeed in the years which I grew up in. And yes, they are different. I didn't grow up in 1921. Supporters of the Union come in all shapes and sizes, and in the years ahead we have to be as relevant and attractive to the teenager at college, to the couple with a young family in Belfast, and to the pensioner in a fold in a rural village. And as the largest party of unionism, some might say that the DUP are the custodians of the Union, but I believe the real custodians are any and all who believe the best future for Northern Ireland is as part of the United Kingdom and will vote for that. This is why we celebrate in Northern Ireland its centenary as part of the United Kingdom, and as unionism has always commanded a democratic majority to do so. It has always been bigger than any single party and bigger than any individual. It is through the ballot box that the Union has been maintained, and that is what we need to secure for the next century in Northern Ireland. So how can we build next generation unionism for the new century? First of all, we must engage with any and all supporters of the Union, regardless of whether we hold fundamentally different views on party, policy or society. And today at this initial event, obviously we're talking amongst ourselves, we're talking in the DUP, but this is only the opening stage of the work. And from this afternoon on, we must go out and talk to other unionists. We must find areas of common interest and common cause to work for the common good of unionism. People's party political labels or beliefs will not hold us back from engaging. Unionism must earn the votes of as broad a coalition as possible, and some may be unionists indeed of the very smallest U, and some may not even consider themselves unionists at all, but we have to engage, and the talents and energies of all must be harnessed. Secondly, we must engage with Northern Ireland's minority ethnic and new communities. Multi-generational ethnic communities became an intrinsic part of Northern Ireland. The diversity which we have seen here in Northern Ireland has, of course, been augmented by the larger migrations of this last 20 years. Many in our minority ethnic communities came to Northern Ireland in our most torrid days. Some came as we built and enjoyed our richly deserved peace. And they came to make their own contribution to our renewal here. They have chosen to make Northern Ireland their home, some as part of their British dream. How some were treated too often was a source of shame rather than of pride. And I want to include all of those minority ethnic people within our conversation about the future. Their participation in our politics as representatives or voters remains disproportionately low. So how can we do more to help involve, integrate and celebrate those citizens of Northern Ireland, and how we can help them to enrich our society? Thirdly and lastly, we must engage with those of a nationalist background, and this is a strand of work that will be treated probably with the greatest scepticism and will require the longest term commitment, probably a generational commitment. We are not planting seeds for unionism in the hope of a quick harvest in this respect, but we are planting oaks to grow deep roots, and it is future generations who will reap the benefit of this work. So as we shape next generation unionism, it will contribute to the United Kingdom of the future. We are delighted, as I've said, to have a number of eminent speakers here to contribute to our discussions this morning and to lead the discussions and to help us as a catalyst to really start us thinking about things. The inherent strength of the United Kingdom has been its ability to evolve. It has consistently achieved the balance between change and tradition. And on leaving the European Union, such a process will occur again. As our institutions adapt to the new future the United Kingdom will build on a global stage. So with the task of building next generation unionism comes a responsibility. Each and every one of us, public representatives especially, will be the ambassadors for it. Our words will promote or denigrate the task. Our actions will either undermine or enhance unionism. Combined, they will secure or place at risk the new century of Northern Ireland. So I look forward to 2021 and beyond with confidence in Northern Ireland and its people and what they can achieve. And it's a Northern Ireland of all of its talents, and think what that could do, what a mighty force that could be if we harnessed all of those talents. If we set our mind to creating our new United Kingdom, if we focus on the strategic tasks to strengthen the Union, if we deliver next generation unionism, we might just surprise everyone just how much we can achieve. You see, nationalism believes and abides by historical determinism. Our day will come, I think, is the phrase. And it's a comforting belief that allows each generation to think it will be the last one last push, one dramatic turn of events that delivers. One day it will all fall into place. However, for 100 years here in Northern Ireland, that hasn't worked. Instead, democratic determinism has succeeded, and the ballot box has seen off all of those challenges. So today, a new century for Northern Ireland lies ahead, and we can grasp it. We should include everyone to shape it. And let us make this simple pledge to ourselves today that nationalism waits on history to end Northern Ireland and our United Kingdom, but we will not wait for history. We will write history. And with next generation unionism, Northern Ireland will remain, and more than that, Northern Ireland will flourish within the United Kingdom. So today is a very important day for the party. As I say, we'll start talking amongst ourselves, and then we will go out and we will have the conversation with others, because we do need to have these conversations and we do need to let it begin. So thank you all very much for coming. I hope you enjoy the workshops today and the panel discussion. I'm certainly looking forward to that now. Thank you.